Hello, welcome to Lemon Studios, where we talk anything and everything entertainment. I'm, of course, Lemon himself, Zeke Lemon, and this is my review for Season 2, Episode 6 of Peacemaker. But before we get into that, let's get the house clean out of the way. Share, leave a like, comment below, let me know your thoughts on Peacemaker, and of course, hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, all that out of the way, let's get into the review, shall we? So, this is the episode where everyone was really anticipating, because this is when I believe critics have not been able to see the episodes because there was just so much going on, and they've been really hyping up episode 6 through 8. It is 8, right? It's only 8 episodes this season. Maybe it's 9. I hope it's kind of 9 now at this point, because, man, I am fully bought in. To me, this is easily the best episode of the season, and hell, maybe the best episode of Peacemaker overall. I mean, you had so much going on and so much revealed. I mean, the two Adrians talking with each other was such a fun scene. Very, very funny. I mean, when they said Spider-Man meme, that was really funny. And then the way they were just talking back and forth, what's your favorite Pokemon? Yep, that's right. Is your favorite color teal? Yep, that's right. And then, the whole eventual lead up of where this is going, where we do find out what this world truly is. Now, I did say on my immediate thoughts that, I was right. I called it as if I was, some Nostradamus and I was the only one who was calling it. I know a lot of people were expecting that this was a racist world, and now we'll see the true intentions behind it, because again, at the end, I mean, every time, from this episode, going through it, I was just looking at Abigail going, no, don't go. Just, you stay here. You watch point. You make sure no one else comes in. And because every single time I was like, man, as soon as they see her, because y'all know I've been saying this, look, I think it's going to come down to her, that she's going to be the one, because again, in the background, you don't see any person of color. We've been saying that since, what was it, episode 3, when he goes over there, and, it's like, well, either that's really intentional or someone messed up in the casting department to get some extras over here. And I've been saying that, look, the Nazis won the war. Or maybe Hitler was American. Who knows at this point? Because, again, the only reason why his dad was so bad to him is because he didn't fully embrace how he lived. And that because Chris knew, deep down, it wasn't truly right. And also, the only reason that he was so bitter and so mean was because his ideology wasn't celebrated in our timeline, right? And when you get a timeline where it is celebrated and it is, society, because, only winners write the history, right? Your side won, and therefore it's like, so that is the right side to do it. And then, it's easier for everything to be prolonged, and that's why you have this happy life. Now, I did hear a conversation that they may think that his dad was part of the modernize of this group of people. And I don't know how I necessarily feel about that, because, again, everyone was so shocked when they saw Abigail, and they're going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And it's like they're trained to, when they see a black person, to be very, very scared of them. I mean, Jesus. I mean, when that opens up, and then Chris, right? That's his, no, Chris is our guy. But when Chris's brother comes out of the car and goes, there's a black. I was like, that is wild. And I think he says one of them got out. So they didn't annihilate all of them. So maybe not. Maybe the Nazis didn't win the war, and this is some modernized version where, one particular revolution group came up because, in the vigilantes conversation, when he goes, is Peacemaker your best friend? No, he's not. I hate him. He's my arch rival, and he's the reason why I joined the Sons of Liberty. And that's why, because it's them who made this world what it is. And I mean, seeing the American flag with the swastika was some wild, wild stuff. And yeah, the ending had a really big impact on it. And then also seeing Lex Luthor in this episode 2 was pretty surprising as well. I wasn't expecting to see him. When they said they were going to the jail, granted, I don't know the names of the facilities, but I thought we were going to get someone from Creature Commandos to come in to come help. I'm not sure on which one. Maybe one we haven't met yet. That was going to be for season 2. Or maybe it would have been the Bride. I was kind of hoping for it to be the Bride. But man, I was pleasantly surprised when it was Lex Luthor. And seeing him in this R-rated environment. I mean, I forgot what the line was. I can't repeat it here. But, when he cussed, I'm like, yes, this feels right. I like this a lot. And also how to tie that into Man of Tomorrow, I'm sure, because now he's going to be transferred over. We say that in quotation marks. Maybe he's saying that he transferred him over so he could keep a clear conscience, but maybe Lex is going to get out in some way, shape, or form, and that's how we do lead into Man of Tomorrow. But he did also say, I'm just rambling at this point, but he did also say, you have a chance at redemption. Okay, I am listening. So maybe this is how he gets the suit and all of that fun jazz. But to me, personally, my favorite part of this episode was the scene between our Harcourt and Peacemaker Chris. And they finally have their heart-to-heart. And, I have been on the defense of oh crap, I forgot the woman who plays Harcourt. Jennifer Holland, there it is. I have been on the defense of her quite a bit, even though I just forgot her name for a split second, because, a lot of people give her a lot of flack since, she is married to James Gunn, and like, oh, well, that's the only reason she is hired. Bullshit. I mean, after this scene that she has with Peacemaker, because she has to hide so much with also showing so much. I mean, the way that he's going, look, can we just have this conversation? I wouldn't be here right now if we just had the conversation. And they're going like, yeah, in the park where there was a bunch of agents, and just the raw delivery of, I saved you. I wasn't trying to hurt you. And it actually, since you want to talk about feelings, it really hurts my feelings that you would even think that I would screw you over. I would never do that to you. And again, like, it's the fact that, she's showing so much. She is showing so much without showing anything at all, because she's not going to cry. And, her saying, look, I don't have the access to feelings like you do. And because you see her eyes welling up, but they won't fall down whatsoever. It was just such a beautifully acted scene with how she was just able to just communicate all of that. And also, credit to John Cena too, to able to bounce off of that. It was like a really good scene, because you can also, some people make the argument that Peacemaker is a show of sketches stitched together to make a show. And sometimes, yeah, I could get that, because, they have the bunch of riffing scenes and all that. I mean, every post-credit scene is just a big ad-lib thing that happens. That just got cut. That was part of the show. But this scene to me was like an actual scene. Like, this one could have been, if you take the costumes off and if you would have put this like on, I mean, it is on HBO Max, but you know what I mean. Like, if this was an actual full-on drama, you wouldn't have blinked an eye whatsoever. The way they were just feeding off each other, bouncing off of each other. It felt so authentic. It felt so real with someone who doesn't have access to their emotions, but does care about this person and is showing as much as they can, like as much as they physically can. And they are starting to come to this understanding. Man, to me, it was just the best scene of the show. Overall, season 1 or season 2, I mean, coming clean about, look, I made my intentions about you very clear when we first met. I did not like you. I hated you, but I don't hate you now. Yeah, I know you don't hate me. Yes, I know that you know that I don't hate you. It was just it was the real standout. In a scene where you get the ending that you did, where it's, a lot of people did call. Now, the ramifications of the truth behind that, again, I'm going to stand 10 toes down that, yes, Germany did win the war, and this is just the alternate path that it took on, because, again, winners can write the history. And, again, with how everyone was reacting to Abigail, that, like, oh, my God, it's a black person. We haven't seen a black person in a long time, and I have been trained to know if I see one of them, it's a really, really bad sign. But, again, I do think his brother Keith, that's his name. I do think Keith goes, one of them got out. So they have them in a concentration camp somewhere, which again could lead to the other side of the coin of, another group led by Peacemaker's dad area. Once upon a time, long time ago, they took over, and then this is how we got to the America that we came in, because, we still have the red, white, and blue. It just doesn't have 50 stars on it. It just has the swastika on it. So we'll see what the ramifications are of the true identity of the world. I would imagine that will be the cold open. before the opening credits dance sequence next week to see how this world came to be now that all is revealed. And then we'll get back into, hey, I would assume we have to save Abadayo, and yeah, we need to get back to our world because F this. And that the other vigilante will come into play. Yeah, you had the vigilantes bounce off each other. You had a Lex Luthor cameo that was a really good scene that has indications for future projects. The ending was powerful, but yeah, the takeaway of this episode was Jennifer Holland and John Cena bouncing off each other in a very dramatic scene about being just real with their feelings and just having that heart to heart. It was just such a good episode. But let me know what y'all think about it down in the comment section. Leave a like on this video if you made it this far. I do greatly appreciate it. And hit that subscribe button as I am trying to grow into my YouTube career. And don't forget to squeeze the day, guys, because life is too short not to give you all. So squeeze every opportunity that you can. Until next time, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.